Hi, good evening. My name is Segun Abiodun, and today we are going to be designing a bench. You come to your save, you click the save button. We are going to be saving this inside tutorial with Felanis, where we have other benches I've been practicing with. So, a bench. New, because I have other ones there. You click save, and I think that has been saved. So, first thing I usually do is come to sketch, pick the plane where I want to sketch at, then I come to my front elevation to have a front view of the bench. That's where we're going to insert our dimensions and other properties that makes up the bench. So the length of our bench is going to be 1.2 meters by, if you press the tab button, it will come down to the other side of the dimension. That's the width. The width is going to be 400 mmi. Then you click enter, so that can, you know, fit in and all. So we come to the align tool, you click at one end, drag to the other, then dimension to define the thickness of the bench. That's the top of the bench, and the bench is going to be the bench is going to comprise of different elements, different panels, elements. But for now, let's just keep, doing this. So I come to pick my line tools again. Click, bam. Come to dimension. That is going to be 100. And click the line tool again. That will help us define the legs of the bench. So this is like a 2D version of the bench. We are going to use it 2D to generate the actual bench in 3D. So that will be the offset from the tip of the bench to where the leg is going to start. So let's give it 75 mm. Enter. You click here, put 75 mm to 75 mm. Then so from here we can start, let's create the thickness of the leg. The thickness of the leg should be 20. Enter. Might not need this other side, but I like to design it so that I can see it the way it's going to be, like a previs. The word previs is used in movies, and they're easy to get what the movie is going to look like eventually, and that's what I'm using this software to do basically. Most of the time that's what I do. I use it to create a preview of what my design is going to look like. Design the base structure of the material. From the base structure, we can now start adding all our design elements to it, because that will make your work different from others. So we don't need these lines here, so we come to the trim tool. The trim tool is this scissors here. You click, pop, that line is gone. So I want it to be having that bench profile. That's why we're doing this. This is my first tutorial. And I'm really grateful to God that I'm actually doing it right now, because I've been procrastinating on it for a long time. I have been procrastinating. So you click this face, you come to the extrude button, or you type E. So we are going to extrude this like 300. So instead of making it a body, we'll make it a component and click OK. So a component stands alone. This is one panel, so it's the top panel, top. Then so this bench is going to be made up of panels, so we are going to treat each panel as a component. So we'll come back to our sketch. You click, you on back your sketch. The reason why the sketch disappeared, it wants to show you the things what you just extruded, so that it can be clear and you won't be confused about anything. So we are going to make the side to 20. You click enter. I don't know, did I make it a component? I don't think so. I don't know. Escape. Did I make you a component? Yes, I did. So that will be the front, back. That'll be the front, back. Then we come here, we click move, create copy, point to point, create copy, then enter. So we can see this is front, back, one, front, back, two. So we have 3 panels that have made the edge of the bench. So now let's create the leg from this profile here. You click the profile and you click extrude. E for extrude. We'll make it a component. And we are going to be pulling it out from object, which is this. Then pull forward, enter, to make sure this is touching this. Extrude, enter, extrude. So we are going to make the other leg from this pre-existing leg. Double click, press the move tool, click from point to point, create copy, click origin point, that's where we are picking the first one from, and the target point where the bench leg is going to land. So as you can see, we have our bench ready. Legs, see, these 2 are legs. So we have 4 components, maybe 5 components that makes up this bench. So for us to actually see what we are doing and understand, I would like us to add materials to this bench. Let's turn off our sketch layer. Then you press A on your keyboard for the material menu to pop up. A stands for appearance, as you can see here. So now we are using a wood material, and I would like to use a finished wood material. Let's go for a solid wood. Finished. Cherry, glossy cherry. Just click the material from this menu, then drag it to where you want it to be. That is the way it works. So as you can see, our bench is ready. So what kind of design can we put to this bench? Like these edges, for example, they are sharp edges. So instead of just leaving it like that, we come to this point here and click. Press F on your keyboard. F on your keyboard. F stands for fillet. Say here, fillet. So the fillet is gonna curve the edge. So as you can see now, this bench is looking strange. It's not your regular bench. So as you can see, 75 is too much. So let's go for something like 20 to round off the edge of the bench. Round off the edge of the bench. Let's do that to the second place. F on your keyboard. Make it 20. You can type it in and you can drag it in. So we have 20, 20, and you can see the bench is looking beautiful already. So let's do the same for the edges of the chairs. F for fillet. Fillet. Or you click this button right here, because you have clicked 20 before, you have typed 20, you can just put it in. As you can see, it's affecting this other leg too, and the reason why that is because the legs are copies of each other, so anything you do to one, it will affect the other. F for fillet. Come here, click 20. You can see. So usually what I'm going to do now is flip this by rotating it. Sorry. Click M on your keyboard. You come to this. You come to free move. Usually I just go up, so I can get the rotation perfect. Enter. So we have our bench. I don't know. I've seen a bench this fine before. So now let's say if the bench wants to customize the bench for, let's go fillet 10 for that part, so that you don't have the bench scratching someone's leg by mistake or something. So you have to do the fillet for the side too. So let's make that 10 and click enter. So now let's render our bench and see what it's going to look like. So before you render, you have to save. So let's wait for it to render.